Hey everybody, welcome to Off-Road 801. We're exploring Gold Butte National Monument. My favorite kind of road. This is the worst paved road I've been on in a while. It's pretty bad. When you come on this adventure, be prepared for it to take probably all day. We have 3 easy stops today and 1 not so easy stop at the end of the day. Yeah, the most exciting thing I've seen out here was a flat tire and a hot radiator. This sign was put up in 1989 by Clyde, Pyramid Bob, and some other residents of Juanita Springs, probably to deter people from heading out into the desert. Alright, I guess we need to see if I can zoom in on this pyramid. It's on private property, the Juanita Springs. I don't know, maybe it's a nudist colony. So I better not fly the drone over top. Clyde also built this pyramid for Bob, so he could talk to the aliens. You may remember in 2014, federal agents and some cattle ranchers had an armed standoff over the new grazing fees proposed by the government. That was right here. 85% of Nevada is federal land. That is the most out of any state in the U.S. In December of 2016, under the Antiquities Act, President Obama signed the papers to make this a monument. 464 square miles of rugged Mojave desert, wedged between the Grand Canyon and Lake Mead. This is a very fragile ecosystem. Desert life is not easy. Life or death could be one decision away. This is the Whitney Pocket, our first stop. This is where the pavement ends and the off-road begins. Named after George Luke Whitney, in 1910, him and his family moved into the old ranch just east of here and started fixing her up. After they fixed up the ranch, they started drawing in visitors to this area. Did not expect to find a dam right here. I'm assuming they put this dam here so they had water for the cattle out here. Well, cool. Let's keep going. This is also the area where you can find some petroglyphs left by Native Americans 1,000 years ago. We didn't have time for that today. We still have 20 miles of rough road to get to our next stop. Well, we made it down to Gold Butte Townsite. This was an old mining area. Let's go look around a little bit, see what we can find. But just a warning, from the highway to this townsite is 41 miles of really rough road. I didn't really need four-wheel drive, but it was pretty rough. So just make sure you have good tires and plenty of gas. I found the mine shaft. Looks like it goes down there a ways. Let me get a little rock and we'll throw it down there. Nice, there's water down there. There's a lot of old pieces of metal around. This must have been a can dump or something right here. This was one of the mining camps that St. Thomas provided mining materials for the workers up here. There was about 2,000 people at this gold mine. Well, this town site for this gold mine. This looks like an old ore chute, I would guess. I am no mining expert. There's not very many structures left because most of the structures were just tents. This was a tent city because there's no trees around here to build houses. Old piece of barrel. Some more cans. So that is Gold Butte Peak. Gold was discovered there in 1905 and the gold rush was on. So most of the people lived in tents. When the gold was gone, they were gone. The mining boom only lasted until 1910. So the last two men that lived here are buried right here. William Garrett and Arthur Coleman. They say they were really nice guys. If they seen somebody traveling by, they couldn't go by without having to go inside and eat a home-cooked dinner. They said 100 people traveled here to their funerals by wagon. And it's 2 days by wagon to the nearest town, St. Thomas. So these guys were well liked by the community. Sound like some good fellers. This whole place has a bunch of free camping though. There's a nice fire ring right at this town site. You come spend the night in an old ghost town. Okay, I found another spot where they were mining. Let's go check it out. old piece of concrete. And some more down there with some studs on them. Oh, there it is. It's been gated off for your protection. Oh. Okay, I'll definitely have to fly the drone because I got to see down that other mine shaft. We're leaving the Gold Butte Townsite right now. This is a loop road that goes through here, but I heard the other side is really bad, so we're just gonna go back the way we came so we can go see Little Finland. So we gotta drive for, I think it's about 20 miles back up this bumpy road before we get to our turnoff, and then it's another 9 miles. So we got a ways, lots of bumpy roads. I've already shown you this part, so we'll see you at the turnoff. Stop number 3, a quarter mile off the main loop road, is the Devil's Throat. In 1908, some cowboys working in the area were startled by a loud noise, and then they noticed a huge column of dust in the distance. They went to investigate, and this is what they found: a massive sinkhole. Scientists believe this is a gypsum sinkhole. A large pocket of gypsum was dissolved over time, leaving a void that later collapsed, forming a sinkhole. Or is this a giant hole for a sandworm? You decide. Well, that was the Devil's Throat. Now we're going to go to the coolest place here, Little Finland. We got 9 more miles. Let's go. This is where the road goes from bad to worse. Ruts, washes, and deep sand. But what the road lacks in comfort, it makes up for with the scenery. Welcome to Little Finland, a beautiful area of red rock and strangely shaped rock formations. They are very fragile, so be careful. Got us a little water in the desert. We finally made it to Little Finland. That road got pretty rough. That's where you need the high clearance and the four-wheel drive. The main road down to the town site was pretty good. Didn't need four-wheel drive or high clearance really for that road. But I think if you want to explore any of the other roads, that's where you need the four-wheel drive and the high clearance. I did not expect to see palm trees up here. So let's go see if we can find these fins. Hopefully this is the right trail. There's no signs saying anything except for end of route. So I found a trail. I'm gonna go hike on this trail and we'll see if it gets me to where I need to be. That's pretty cool. Some brown rock and some red rock. Right in the same canyon. There's an extreme amount of salt oozing out of these mountains right here. The salt looks so thick on the ground. Use it for your dinner. Yeah, I think I'm close. Wow, look at them rocks, so cool. That top layer looks paper thin. Wow. Very thin. Very cool rock formations. Look at all these. This place is very cool. I'm glad I saved this for last. go up there. Yeah, this is just crazy. Oh, that one's wild. Okay, now I want to see if I can find where that water's coming from that was draining down the cliff face right by that palm tree. Okay, I might have found the water buildup. Yeah, I assume it's water running off these cliffs, filtering through the sand, because there's the Jeep. There's the water. There's the palm tree. Now I just need to make it back through the maze of rocks where I came up. So that was Gold Butte Monument in a nutshell. I couldn't find a couple things. I was looking for some of the petroglyphs, but they're not marked. And there's supposed to be some, like a slot canyon, keyhole slot canyon or something like that. 7 keyholes, I don't remember. But it looked cool. But I didn't see a sign for it anywhere. And it's not marked on my map. So maybe next time. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna get out of here and we'll see you next time.